Welcome back to the Rise Personal Training Podcast. Coach Wyatt with Coach Sam today.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're talking warm-up. Okay, specifically why you shouldn't skip your warm-up.
It's important.
Why we got to do it every single time.
Yes.
Okay, so for our members listening, this is just the beginning of your workout. It's that one set. It's that get mobile section. It's the move better.
Yep.
And there's a couple things we got to check off as to why we're doing this. So the first thing is we're always going to start. You're coming in from a long day. You've been sedentary.
Or you're just waking up.
Oh, true, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Or you're just waking up.
AM right
I got you.
here. Okay.
Things are tight. Things are tight.
Things are
when you
tight.
roll out of bed. Things are tight when you've been sitting all day.
Yeah.
Okay. And we got to address that. Okay. So you could be, feeling fine. You come in. But as soon as we make you stretch and you start moving, then you're like, oh, I do feel some stiffness. I do feel this tightness here. So first thing to check off is we got to address any super duper tight areas.
Yes.
Okay. Think if you're sitting all day on a computer, it's probably going to be, your low back's going to be a little stiff. The top of your hips or your quads are going to be pretty stiff. And so this is where we incorporate our active stretching.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to hold a stretch. We're going to find a spot that's tight, or we're typically going to work from top of the spine down.
Yep.
And then once you feel a stretch, we're always moving through it. Okay.
Yes.
We're never holding a big stretch for a long period of time.
Because that's a big misconception is that, yes, people have now learned that you're not supposed to static stretch before you work out. Correct. But that doesn't mean we don't stretch at all.
Right. Exactly. And because it's a bunch of members have asked me before, they're like, oh, I shouldn't stretch before. Why are we doing this? I'm like, you shouldn't static stretch. That's what it says. When we say static stretch, that's like holding a stretch for 30 plus seconds at a time. That's stretching a rubber band and keeping it stretched, okay?
Yeah.
We're not doing that. We're always stretching it, relaxing, stretching it, relaxing. So it's increasing blood flow. It's increasing circulation.
We're working with our breath a lot. We're movement.
And it's still working on some mobility and some flexibility of that tissue there.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll find, the tight areas, and it's important we always start with this because, like I said, you could come in feeling good, being like, oh, how are you feeling today? No problems, cool. And then as soon as you start stretching, you're like, actually,
I'm kind of feeling my hamstring is a little tight.
I'll say my knee's bugging a little bit.
Yeah.
So it lets us pinpoint, okay, then maybe we got to do additional soft tissue
and
work.
this is also why your coach is probably walking around during your warm-up asking you, hey, are you sore? How'd you feel after your last workout? Did you notice anything throughout your day?
Right.
Was it easy to go up the stairs today at work or whatever it is? Just to get more of an idea about maybe some extra movement we can do to get you prepped and ready for your workout.
Yeah, because the knees hurting, we foam roll the quad, and you're like, oh, wow, it feels so much better. So there's always some little additional things we can throw in there to help. And then after that initial, we've done some active stretching there, then we'll move into we call it move better here.
Yeah.
It's more of our movement prep.
Yeah.
Okay, so think we're going to be deadlifting, we're going to be squatting, we're going to be doing something with our arms later.
We should probably warm that up.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like rather than this active stretching, it's more like, dynamic movements. We're mimicking the movements we're going to do later, just with a way lighter weight. Think a lot of people about a warm-up set. You go and you're like, let me just do the bar deadlifts a couple times, warm it up, then I'll add my weight.
Add the weight. Yeah.
So we can just make sure, again, if we get a light sandbag, we do a good morning. We're training the hips, the hamstrings. Similar to the first part of that warm up, it'll tell us if anything hurts. It'll tell us if your back's a problem. It lets us work a little bit on your form. So thank God we didn't load that up to 200 pounds.
I leaned my chest down too much. I'm like, you would have felt all that in your back, so let's revisit.
So again, it gives us some extra coaching time there, and then it preps your body, preps the nervous system.
This is really like warming up the engine, this is where we're really, rather than just kind of moving lightly through a stretch, we're actually starting to feel where we should feel the workout.
Correct. And then you can go all the way to the joints and everything. It's like it's keeping the joints lubricated. All of this warm up. Okay, you could come in cold, you're a little stiff, the joints need a little grease on them.
Yeah, WD-40.
Exactly. I'm sure you come in, it's like, but once you start warming up, you're like, oh, it glides, it moves.
Now it's good. Now we're better.
So it's reducing the injury risk with that, but it's also working on some mobility in the joints too.
Right.
And then
injury prevention with the warm up is major because imagine it's cold outside or it's early in the morning, you come in and you just start lifting your heaviest PR.
Yeah. Like, whatever's the tightest on you is going to get a lot tighter.
Yeah. Like that's just a perfect recipe for an injury. And we want to avoid that at all costs.
Correct. And some people love to come and like, I need to warm up. And it's like, look, maybe we can skip some of the warm-ups if we do a stretch and we throw all the variations. You're like, I feel nothing. I'm good. I walk all day. My legs don't feel tight. But some people walk all day and their legs are super tight. You know, so it's really depend on the individual. So it's a much safer approach to just stretch, to just warm up.
Yeah. And we don't have a crazy long warm up in our programs
either.
It
takes 5 minutes.
Yeah. If you really
like it,
at least do it.
Yeah.
You know, like at least run through the motions because it's going to save you in the long run.
I know a lot of members, right when they start, they start stretching, they're like, oh, I like this. This feels good.
Yeah.
I'm like, guess what? You could do this at home any time of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially people that come here for the first time and they have a desk job or they're hunched over and then they foam roll for the first time and they're like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? Right. And I'm like, this is going to be your new favorite part of the day. And I don't know how many clients have now purchased their own foam roller, the same one that we have here, or the little bar in the back to roll out the quads. You know, it's everyone's favorite like magic bar.
We need a little Riesling.
Yeah, right. We need a sponsor on that. But yeah, it really has helped people and they notice a difference. They have more energy or they realize like, wow, I actually don't hurt throughout my day as much if I'm just stretching and warming up and warming up properly for their workout.
Yeah, correct. And again, if there's anything you want to do at home additionally, you can do these stretches. They're really easy. I love to show a lot of clients that are really tighten their shoulders, really tighten their hips, and they're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, just throughout the day stretch. I can show you 2 easy stretches you can do right when you stand up. That's it. So you can always ask your coach, like, what's a good stretch? Like, what's the most important stretch I should be doing right now that is going to, just help with quality of life and also help with the gym.
Yeah.
And then the last thing on why we always need to be warming up before every session, it's really, look, we get you 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week. As much as some members say they are going to stretch at home and
I'll be honest, I don't believe any of you. I might believe like 2 people.
Yeah, the only reason is because the next time you come in and I ask, oh, hey, did you do those stretches? You'll be like, no, I didn't. So yeah, it's exactly that, where in that 2 to 3 hours we get you, we got to check so many boxes off. Yes, the lifting's the most important part, where we're getting the resistance training, we're pushing it, we're making sure we're not, we're doing it correctly, we're not going to injure ourselves and everything. But mobility is a huge part, one, of resistance training and just quality of life, of health and fitness, So we have to do something so that we are working against the sedentary lifestyle you just had because of the whole day and everything. Yeah. So really,
and things will start feeling much better too during your workout. So for example, like I don't have the best shoulders. We've talked about this before if you chime into our podcast. But the more I actively stretch my shoulders every day when I'm doing an incline bench press, my shoulders don't hurt as much as they used to. If I never stretched out my chest muscles and then I kept trying to do an incline bench press, I don't know if I would be able to lift my arm.
No, I would say
so that's just that one specific example of like why for your whole body this is necessary.
Right, and even if even if a spot feels good, it doesn't hurt to stretch it, warm up the tissue, get some additional blood flow going before the lift. Get the tendons, the ligaments, the joints all ready. And so look, at the end of the day, regardless of if you love the warm up, hate the warm up, you got to do it.
You got to do it.
Okay. You might take a little longer if you love it. You might speed it up a little bit more. That's totally fine. But just with how much it is going to help with mobility, how much it's going to reduce injury risk, it's just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is us forcing you that you need to be doing your warm-up.
Exactly.
And why.
Yeah. It's tedious work, I know. Okay. Sometimes you're like, I've done this
We're all
week.
guilty of it. I mean, I've definitely tried to run into a workout, and then what happened?
And
I probably got hurt.
Why does my shoulder hurt?
Oh,
I didn't do anything before. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So come on, just warm up. Just, do what you're supposed to do before. It'll treat you right after.
It's there for a reason, guys.
Exactly.
It's there for a reason.
Exactly. All right. That's all we got. We'll catch y'all later.
All right. See ya.